So this is the same kind of thing we did yesterday, and the homework we just went over, but we want to talk about their domains. Okay? So in order to find the domain of these things, we have to know the domains of F, and we have to know the domain of G. And here's the most important part about this, and so you guys might want to write this down here underneath. F plus G, F minus G, and F times G. The way you find the domain for these is the domain is going to be equal to the set of all values common to, in other words, in both of, the domains of F and G. So we'll see what that means in a minute. But basically it means you find the domain of F, you find the domain of G, and you combine those. If there's a number that can't be in the domain of F, it can't be in the domain of these. If there's a number that can't be in the domain of G, it cannot be in the domain when you put them together. Okay, Dylan, are you writing this?
Yep.
Okay, now skip over to the right side of the page, because we're going to write stuff in here. Don't write this right next to here, and put F over G. Okay, so we've got adding, subtracting, multiplying, and now dividing functions. Okay, so the domain of this one is the same as this, but what else do we have to think about? Jackson? Right. So it's you would find the domain the exact same way you do here, except the domain is, so it's this, but you have to exclude. So excluding any values where G of X equals 0. Right? So the domain of this thing is exactly the same, except you have to take out any values where G of X equals 0.